Hey guys, welcome back to Human Machines. Since we did the 4-week transformation, a lot of people have been asking us, how can I do it myself? Well, it boils down to two things, your training and your diet. Today, we're going to teach you how to create your own schedule and how to stick to it. Just so you know, this video is directed towards beginners who might be a little confused with where to start. Well, we're going to break it down for you in 3 easy steps. So, before you do anything, you're going to want to know what your goals are and how you're going to reach them. In my case, I just wanted to get back in shape and pack on a little muscle. That might be different for some of you. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to get stronger. Fact is, you still need to set that goal, visualize it every day, and make sure you reach it. You got to be honest with yourself. Know exactly how much time you could set aside for this. If you have a full-time job or a family or any other obligations, you might want to take that all into consideration. Training 3 days a week could be just as beneficial as training 5 days a week, as long as you set up your routine correctly, which is exactly what we're going to show you. So a lot of people think a good day at the gym is getting a few bicep curls in, laying down, maybe doing some crunches, and jumping on the treadmill for 10 minutes. Well, that idea is wrong. You need to hit all of your body parts equally throughout the week. Even things you don't like doing. Maybe you hate squatting, maybe you hate legs. Fact is, you still have to do it. The main goal is to train your entire body equally. A lot of beginners walk into a gym and start aimlessly using machines. Well, your workout's going to need a little more structure than that. Start with 1 to 2 big compound movements such as deadlifts, squats, bench press, and overhead press, or other variations of those movements, depending on what you're training that day. These movements should be the bulk of your workout, so keep your sets high, your reps moderate, and your weight steadily increasing. Then, depending on what you're training that day, pick a few isolation movements to wrap up the workout. This method has worked for me and has withstood the test of time. So here's a quick example of a 3-day split and a 5-day split. Like I said, start off with a big compound movement. The squat will hit your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and core, so make this the focus of your workout. This exercise still uses more than one muscle group, but as you can see, we're starting to put a little more emphasis on the quads. Optionally, you can replace this exercise with a straight-legged deadlift to focus on the hamstrings. Here's where you might consider more isolation. If you have access to a leg extension or leg curl machine, feel free to use them. I didn't have those at my disposal. Instead, I chose to do step-ups and American hip thrusts as an alternative. You might also consider throwing in some calf raises for a well-rounded leg routine. Again, this compound movement will do a good job hitting your chest, shoulders, and triceps. If you have a spotter or a power rack, don't be afraid to challenge yourself with this exercise. If the bench press didn't wear you out completely, do a few sets of overhead press and don't be afraid to give a little push from the knees on those last few sets when things start to get heavy. If the bench press did beat you up, consider a seated dumbbell press and start isolating those shoulders. When it comes to isolating your shoulders, we recommend some classic exercises like front and lateral raises. Keep your form strict to assure proper stimulation. Finish the day with a challenging tricep exercise, such as skull crushers or the French press. Your triceps should already be tired from the previous exercises, but finish strong. Nothing builds real strength like lifting dead weight off the ground. All of this could be considered a leg-dominant exercise. It puts significant stress on the lower back and might be overwhelming on the same day you squat. Your lower back may already be exhausted from the deadlifts, but I highly recommend some old school barbell work. If this seems too difficult at first, you always have the option of the one-arm dumbbell row. This takes significant stress off the lower back thanks to the help of your supporting arm on the bench. A lot of people have trouble with pull-ups. The only way to get better at them is to do more of them. I suggest setting a number. For beginners, let's say 15. Do as many sets as you need to reach that number. Next week, increase your goal number by 3 and repeat that each week. The biceps are a small muscle group. Doing standing barbell curls with 4 sets of increasing weight should do the trick. Hit them hard and fast. This is a 5-day split. As you can see, it's a little different. The only difference here is you give each muscle group a little more individual attention. You'll also notice we added what we call a functional training day. You also might have realized we put biceps and triceps into their own day. We'll go over that a little later. As you can see, the leg day is practically unchanged. To see one of the main differences, let's take a look at day 2, chest and shoulder. As you might have noticed, we've removed triceps from the equation, but added more isolation movements for your shoulders and chest. Because the biceps and triceps are both small muscle groups, these days should take less time and be less strenuous than the days that contain compound lifts. Take care of your big basic movements early in the workout, such as barbell curls and skull crushers. Then, have some fun with supersetting other arm exercises. Not much has changed for back day. Getting rid of biceps should allow you 1 or 2 additional back exercises. You have the option of adding another horizontal or vertical pulling movement, but I recommend using the extra time to fit in shrugs. If you can do both, that's great. A functional training day is a good way to put your body to the test and do some exercises that are unique and challenging, such as sandbag and keg lifts, as well as core specific movements. These days are usually done circuit style, meaning you take 3 to 5 exercises with minimal rests in between until you finish the circuit. This is a great way to get some cardiovascular conditioning without boring yourself on a treadmill. To create your own functional training day, you can start by borrowing some of these exercises shown here and arranging them in a challenging circuit. However, possibilities for this day are limitless, so use your imagination and see what you can come up with. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope some of you got something out of it. Keep in mind, this is a very basic way to do it, and it's definitely not the only way to do it, but it is proven to work, and I trust that if you stick to this, you too can get great results. So if you have any questions or any concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to us at youtube.com/jointhemachine for next week's video on dieting and nutrition.